Alright, what is going on, guys? Spiteful's back again, and if you guys have not checked out the Hikone and Ichigo summons, I highly suggest that you peep. We pulled literal, like, it's a roller coaster of emotions. I'm not gonna say what we got, but like it's definitely worth a watch, or at least I'd like to think so. Either way, let's just get right into these characters. There are quite a lot of stuff that I want to cover. First and foremost, I do want to cover these Halloween characters because I do feel like they're on the cusp of getting resurrections as well. So I think that I want to definitely talk about them. So let's go here, and then Shinji into... Shuhei is not worth talking about anymore. Tensa is kind of worth talking about. I'm not going to talk about him for too long. And then, of course, you have the Stern Ritters, which... Oh, that's cool that I could type in Stern Ritters and they actually show up. That's actually awesome. Alright, because they're called the Vol Stern... Yeah. I don't want to say that because I think that Caleb will... Caleb. I feel like YouTube's gonna actually like hit me in the YouTube algorithm or whatever. So either way, let's just get right into here. When it comes to Orihime, I don't think that she's a necessarily bad character. She does have a lot of issues. However, when she gets resurrected, I feel like those issues can be rectified relatively easily. So going into the character herself, Havoc 20%, Bruiser 20%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Devastation 40%, Frenzy, Long Reach 20%, and then Sprinter plus 1. She has a charged third strong attack, but don't let that fool you. The Havoc 20% does help her out quite a bit. Her second strong attack is a ranged attack, but I do feel like Caleb will change that to a melee. So going into the actual character herself, human with an Aurora Killer, strong attack recharge. She does have weaken on all of her abilities. The Debilitator plus 5 seconds definitely helps. The ultimate is going to be actually pretty damn good on her because of the devastation of 40%. Kind of standard for nowadays, but since her SP is going to go up until like almost 800, if not 800, it might even be like 810, something like that. That's going to definitely help her out quite a lot. Her first strong attack is a melee collision. I forget exactly what kind of first strong attack this is, like, since it doesn't have any similarities, nor does the second SA. The second SA, if I remember correctly, is kind of like a pushback ability with 960 width, 540 length, 600 speed. So this is a projectile. I'm pretty sure that this is a I don't want to say that it's a thing. Actually, you know what, Orihime, I believe that I actually have her thing saved in here, so I might be able to just pull her up. Orihime. Boom, boom. I do. Interesting. Shut her up real quick. Alright, so going into the character's kit, like, her third strong attack is a standard charge. She has, yeah. So that's the third strong attack. Charge, it has some actual good range on it. You'll see it over here. Boom. Yeah, so definitely some good range on it. It is beyond full screen if I remember correctly. So second strong attack, she like batters them, she bats them up and then knocks them back. So she does have a little, like, it is a pushback ability. It will take out the enemies when she's a little bit transcended, but it definitely does have its issues. First strong attack is a lunge, but you see, like, it's a lunge into an AoE. It reminds me a little bit of Bambietta, except hers is like the melee collision version. That's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually kind of like it. Bambietta, for those that don't know, has a pushback first strong attack that explodes into melee collision, which I think is actually pretty good. So yeah, no, first strong attack actually seems pretty good, kind of like a standard lunge with a little bit more oomph to it, right? 450 radius into 570. The third strong attack, when charged, goes from 690 to 1080, so it is beyond full screen should you charge it, and it does have a 240 magnification, which hits more than an ultimate move. However, an ultimate move guarantees weaken, so it will hit harder normally. If you end up proccing weaken with your third strong attack, that might actually hit for more unless you're wearing like a tension tie. Most characters are built with a lieutenant's badge or daddy's great whistle, you know, so we'll see how that goes. Next on the list, probably one of my favorite characters from this banner. I feel like she's aged incredibly well because of her Havoc 20%. Weakened defense on her ultimate, Havoc plus 20%. She is a team booster with an enhancer and frenzy, which I actually like this because you can rock her with full strong attack recharge and still make use of the character. Now, going into her actual kit, she has a standard range collision garbage first strong attack. The second strong attack is a 900 radius boost. This would be, let me see if I open up the calculator. Actually, it's times 0.8. It would be a 720 boost, which is still bigger than any boost in the game. However, Havoc brings it all the way up to 900 radius, which is insane. After that, her third strong attack is a beyond full screen because of the 1200 radius due to Havoc. This character, in my opinion, will actually be really good when she gets resurrected. I feel like the first strong attack definitely will hold her back quite a bit, but 750 radius second strong attack for a boost is just mad. I feel like a lot of people will have multiple copies of her as well, so should you summon on this banner and actually pull her, don't feel bad about it, especially if she's new, because not only will you be getting like the 100, how much is it, 75 plus 50, not only will you be getting 125 orbs back, but you'll be getting another 75 orbs when this entire banner gets resurrected. Now, probably the most exciting character to get resurrected is going to be this Halloween Yoruichi. Halloween Yoruichi has a bruiser of 40%, not flurry, but she does have a normal attack damage link of 25%. She is an enhanced link, which is really, really good. She has long stride, debilitator plus 5 seconds, paralysis on everything, long reach plus 20% for the Nat to be... It's beautiful. Right? And then she has an Arankar killer. So should they give her something like a bruiser of 80%, I feel like this character will excel very, very well. All of her attacks have zero problems with guard breaking the enemy. Her first strong attack is a standard lunge. Her second strong attack is actually a walking vortex, which is really, really, really good. 25 hit vortex on that. And then she has a 900 radius third strong attack. Normally I get really like, I don't really like 900 radius third strong attacks, but when it's on a NAD character, as long as they can consistently guard break, I usually don't mind. Normally when you're using a strong attack on a melee character, on a melee NAD character, you're gonna be all up in the enemy's face anyways, usually. So being able to guard break is probably the most important thing, and she actually does do that just fine. She does have 3 hits on her first strong attack. I feel like they might bump this up to 4. Based on like this, for example. Actually, hold up, I want to pull up who's a good NAD character. Kenpachi. Well, he's not a good NAD character anymore, but he was back in the day. So you'll see that going over here, his first strong attack only had 1 hit, but upon his resurrection they actually gave him, here we go, they actually gave him 2 hits, so he was able to guard break just fine. I don't think that I feel like they might bump this up to 4 hits. If they do that, I feel like this character is going to be excellent, as long as they don't screw it up. I don't think that they will screw it up. Usually a normal attack damage link will get attributed with something like damage reduction. If they give a strong attack recharge, I wouldn't really mind that either, just because you'll be able to guard break even more consistently. And as long as they give her bruiser at least 65%, I think that she'll actually be really, really good. At 65%, you'll get like a 90% normal attack damage multiplier, which I think could be really, really, really good for this character. That, and like, let's be real here, this Yoruichi art, fine, bro. Alright, next on the list, this Shinji, bruiser plus 80%, not due for resurrection like the Halloween characters, 762 attack. And honestly, this character, he's okay. Damage inflicted at low stamina plus 30%. He's pretty good when he's a bonus in epic raids, but it's not very likely anymore, unfortunately, unless it's a rerun. Bruiser plus 80%. Freeze immunity, long reach, which is good. Berserker 40%, devastation 30%, paralysis immunity, and sprinter plus 1. So 2 different immunities with freeze and paralysis. First strong attack is a standard lunge. Second strong attack is a plant vortex, and then third strong attack is the 1000 to 675 or the 675 to 1000. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I'm assuming that this is the same as White Zangetsu, which on a NAD character is actually pretty good. He has lacerate on his ultimate move, which is kind of nice, but the fact that he has bruiser plus 80% and then low damage inflicted at low stamina plus 30% means that he does hit like a truck should you get him low stamina enough low enough stamina. There we go. Let me word it properly. So the reason that I want to discuss this Tensa a little bit is because he does have lacerate on all of his attacks, strong attack recharge minus 14%, and then on top of that he does have a debilitator plus 2 seconds and frenzy. This character procs lacerate very, very, very often, and with 770 spiritual pressure, you actually can run him with a strong attack recharge build and actually deal a little bit extra damage, right? So he has 12 hits on his first strong attack, 20 hits on his crawling vortex, and 8 hits on his third strong attack, which is a standard full screen third. The first strong attack is a pushback attack, and then the second strong attack is it's a crawling vortex. Now the first strong attack, keep in mind that it is a pushback attack, but actually getting off all 12 hits is very, very unlikely unless you aim very, very properly. And even then, I would only really take this character to fight bosses in Senkaimon when you don't really have the appropriate character for that stage. Like characters like Uryu, I should say Bond Uryu, Mine Nell, they excel very well in that regards, as well as TLA Soifon. Alright, so next on the list, I want to talk about my favorite character in the entire banner, Candice. Now, Candice is a goddess. This woman is perfect. For those that don't know, for those that are familiar with Swimsuit Nemu, she is literally a carbon copy of that Swimsuit Nemu, down to the letter. She has a Berserker of 20%, Havoc 20%, Sprinter plus 2, Weakened Defense, Frenzy, Devastation 40%, Debilitator of 5 seconds with paralysis on all of her attacks. And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think that Nemu got Sprinter plus 2, did she? Yeah, no, she. Yeah, so she's even better than Nemu, which is kind of crazy. Like Sprinter plus 2, don't get it twisted. You might think like, oh, it's just one extra flash step. One extra flash step is massive when it comes to PvE, especially when you're one-shotting everything. Being able to do 3 flash steps to progress to the next stage is really, really nice. A Rankar killer. And then her first strong attack, standard lunge, but it goes up to 570 radius because of Havoc. 800 radius AoE in front of you. Second strong attack, but with Havoc it bumps it up to 960. So crazy good range on it with some of the best some of my favorite animations personally. Like if I pull up, I can actually pull up Candice real quick. Boom, boom. Yeah, so like this second strong attack, so third strong attack, right? And then second strong attack is probably like my favorite strong attack in the animation in the game. She jumps up, twirls, slams down a thunderbolt, and then she's so good. And then on top of that, her third strong attack is a standard 1200 radius full screen third strong attack. Yo, dude, I would live in her thighs with pleasure. And next on the list, Bambietta, probably one of the sleepers in my opinion. I feel like she got a lot of hate for her range collision first strong attack, but I quite like it. To be honest, it was definitely something different, which I could appreciate. So strong attack recharge character, Berserker 20%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Debilitator plus 2 seconds, damage to burning enemies plus 20%, so she gets a damage multiplier kind of like Shinji. Not quite as good as Shinji. Like Shinji, I think he gets like 40%. Let me actually pull it up. I want to make sure that I'm not giving misinformation. Shinji. Oh, I love this Shinji, bro. Yeah, damage to confuse enemies plus 40%. So yeah, she only gets 20%, but I mean like you're already dealing damage over time abilities like with the burn. And then on top of that, she has a Bruiser 20%, kind of a throwaway ability, Devastation 40%. But the Devastation 40% guarantees to proc the burn. So with that, you get an extra 20% damage. And damage plus 20% is different than strong attack damage or just normal. So this actually gets multiplied into each other. So instead of plus 60% damage, imagine you're dealing like plus like 68%, I think. Don't quote me 100% on the exact multiplier, but it's multiplicative, it's not additive, so that's really, 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 really good. So she does deal a lot of damage. She has 802 spiritual pressure, burn on everything. Now her first strong attack is a pushback style first strong attack, so it will push the enemy backwards, and then it explodes into a 690 radius AoE, which is really, really, really nice. It hits really hard. Her second strong attack is the 960 radius AoE distant, the thing that's in front of you, same thing as Candice as we've already seen. And her third strong attack, 1200 radius standard full screen third strong attack. Now I do have some issues with this Bambietta when it comes to epic raids, but aside from that, I think that she performs incredibly well. Now my main issues, and I will show you right here, is when you use all of her abilities, you can't see the ground. So when you're doing something like epic raids, you die because sometimes you can't properly see the ground, see like the purple on the ground, the red on the ground. Like look, she literally scorches the entire earth before it goes back to normal. So third strong attack, crazy animation, blocks the entire screen, right? And scorches the earth. Second strong attack. The second strong attack scorches the earth, it stays on the ground for a little bit, and then it goes back to normal. First strong attack. First strong attack. Push back into explosion. Like, so a lot of her stuff will literally either lock her into place, like her first strong attack. Actually, I don't know if her first actually locks her into place. I haven't played with her too much, but like the fact that she kind of like obscures your vision really hurts in something like epic raids. So you have to make sure that you know the fight when you bring her into the fight. All right, so definitely I wouldn't suggest practicing epic raids with her. Yeah. All right, next on the list, Askin. Askin, I think he's still worth trying to pull for because his debuff ability is actually really good. I believe that they get a debuff of like 80% defense. I'm not sure on the attack or the focus. I'm not 100% sure exactly how debuff works. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably should do more research on it. But Berserker plus 40%, Bruiser 30%, along with Flurry, which is really good considering he is a damage reduction link. He has a Squad 0 killer, which means that he absolutely decimates any Ichibes. And on top of that, he does have paralysis and poison immunity, kind of throwaway in my opinion. Poise, Sprinter plus 1, and Star Barrier plus 10. So he does have a barrier, he has Poise, he has Flurry, he has a Bruiser 30% along with damage reduction. He's very good in Brave battles, but my issue with him is now that Jugram's out, I don't think that he is necessary to like try to pull him. If he does get his ultimate off, he does have a chance to insta-kill immediately, which is really good. I kind of wish that he had poison or weakening on his ultimate. That would have been really nice. He doesn't have debilitator plus 2 seconds either. He has poison on his NAD first and third strong attack, and that second strong attack is a debuff style ability. It's not necessarily it's not a buff. It looks kind of like the buff symbol, but it's not. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Enemy debuff 10 seconds, minus 33% attack, defense, and focus. I think that's different than Shuhei's. I feel like Shuhei has it on his ultimate, so these things interact differently. Ah, there it is. So as you see here, range on his ultimate, minus 33% attack, minus 80% defense, and minus 33% focus. So you will deal significantly more damage with this character when you get the debuff off. And it also lasts the same amount of time, 10 seconds. So that's definitely good to know. But that's pretty much my analysis on this banner. I don't think that I wouldn't advise anyone to not summon on this banner, because I do think that these characters are all very strong. I love Bambietta. I adore Candice. Candice is probably my favorite character to play as of right now. I have her 5/5 though, so I'm not gonna lie, I do have some bias towards that. And of course, Askin is still very good in Brave battles. Not so much in PvE unless you're talking about epic raids or boss stage content. But aside from that, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys actually plan to do with this banner. I know that there are a lot of people waiting for Candice. Like if I go into my comment section and I just type in Candice, I already know that a lot of people like, let me just type in Candice. Boom. Like the amount of people that talk about Candice is actually quite mad. Like, yeah. And this is just in the last like 3 weeks, right? And this is just the keyword Candice alone. So yeah, that's quite mad. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, guys, grind on, catch up, premium, stay blessed. Wish you the best luck of your summons. I didn't even mention 1000-year blood tech Ichigo and no heart movie Ichigo. You did them dirty. I mean, to be honest, like they're not really all that great, bro. I'm sorry, Dante. I love you, bro. I'm sorry, no. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. To stay blessed, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Make sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube likes to mess with me a lot. And yeah, if y'all want to be notified on my videos, that's the way to do it. Also, if you're not in the Discord, link is in the description below. Always happy to have new members. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.